Okay, well, I guess I've been talking to myself over here. Um, Karen Bonifilio, Inner Realms, Outer Journeys. Welcome to the live broadcast with Niko. Niko will be on momentarily, and he will be sharing wisdom from his collective, Noah. And Noah is our three archangels that will answer your questions or give you guidance, anything that you would like to know. So you can ask about your journey, about your health, just anything that's on your mind. And Christian, it is so nice to see you. It's been a long minute. We haven't been on chatted in quite some time. So welcome, Christian. So feel free to chime in, give us some love, and Kelly will make sure I see all your questions and get them answered. So we'll bring on Noah right now. I think that he is ready to impart his knowledge and impart his wisdom. Hello, Noah.
Greetings to you, my dear one. We are grateful, my dear, for this opportunity. And greetings to all who are listening. We offer each of you our humble honor and respect. A few words, my dear, before we begin with the questions. Notice how so many questions which will be offered today stem from the human identity, my dear. Questions through the lens of the physical form, through the worries, the fears, the conditioning, which strengthens the human identity. And hopes, my dear, that once this section comes to a completion, there will be some insight shared, which will offer comfort to all who are listening, that they do indeed possess the ability to soften their own human identity. I thank you, my dear one.
Well, thank you, Noah. I'm not seeing any questions yet, and I don't want to ask about my own self. Um, oh, I have a question here from Michelle, and she would like to ask if and when she is going to meet her romantic soulmate.
My dear, first I ask you, are you ready, my dear? Are you prepared, my dear, to love unconditionally? To love without any expectations, my dear? You are asking a question which perhaps you are not ready to ask, my dear. When one is confined to their human identity, my dear, they love with limitations. They do not love unconditionally. You are asking for love, essence to essence, my dear. In order for this to be accomplished, you must love yourself unconditionally in order to love them unconditionally. That is love, essence to essence, my dear. I thank you, my dear one.
Well, no, I know when I met my last husband, I was damaged, and I've grown since then. Since then, but we had that unconditional love. But when we did meet, I was not. I was damaged,
Hmm.
and then that
My,
love developed.
my dear, it is a perception, and you are damaged. The covenant between the two essences, my dear, includes precision. Notice how his essence, this physical form, my dear, entered into your reality at the precise moment when you sense you are not worth loving.
Hmm.
The, mm, the covenant, my dear, begins there. So though you sensed you are unavailable, you did not appreciate his essence. Remembered, my dear, the precise moment to engage with you within physical form. Notice how his physical perception was that he was not damaged. Understand, my dear? If both of you sensed you were damaged, as you say, the timing would not be precise, and you would not have met within the earthly incarnation. It is not your perception in the moment, my dear. It is what your essence remembers. So even though, my dear, you perceived yourself as damaged, you were still capable of loving yourself unconditionally. Your love for yourself did not diminish.
Okay.
Your trust in others did.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. So the viewer that's asking about meeting her romantic soulmate, would she have to? Is she not loving herself as much as possible, or?
Notice, my dear, she is asking for a relationship based on sacred love.
Mm-hmm.
And yet, my dear, when one truly loves themselves, they are not seeking answers of an upcoming relationship. One can be scorned, hurt, betrayed, even lack trust. But when
Yes.
they truly love themselves as an essence, my dear, they do not worry of outcomes to come, nor dwell on the past. Even when you sense, my dear, you were broken, as you state, notice how you did not lessen the love for yourself. This is why you are not seeking, and it transpired naturally as it did. Is that clear, my dear?
Well, I knew at that time when I met him, I didn't care if I met anybody. I mean, I had had enough of being in a romantic relationship until I met. So yes, I do understand that. But I do think my love diminished, though, because at that point, just before I met him, I was contemplating suicide and taking my life. And then I had divine intervention and I didn't do that.
With divine intervention, you are mentioning, my dear, is your essence reminding you of the love you had for yourself.
Okay. That's interesting. I like that. Thank you. Oh, Okay, I got a question, but I'm going to finish with Michelle's first. She says she always felt that she never fit in.
Hmm.
So she thinks that crosses over to the people too.
My dear, the perception is not that you originated from another planet or universe, my dear. The perception of not fitting in, as you state, is clear understanding that your intuition is speaking powerfully to you. Guidance from your highest essence is
Mm.
indeed transferable effortlessly, my dear. So rather than viewing externally why others are different, why others are not abiding to their own intuition, seek internally, my dear. Follow the intuition, listen to the guidance, rekindle the connection to your highest essence. This is what you are experiencing as the outsider, my dear. It is not pertaining to the world in which your physical body resides. It is a calling to remember your essence, my dear. I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you, Noah. She needs to. Okay, I understand that. Noah, what words of advice do you have on being people that are not able to love themselves?
My dear one is struggling with identity. Ironically, my dear, one is very much consumed with their human identity. Understand this, my dear. Not every incarnation serves a purpose of remembering. There are many incarnations, my dear, where one is asked to absorb the human identity and allow it to control them, my dear. This is also for growth. And in that control of the human identity, my dear, one loses sight of their love for self. Again, it is not random, my dear. Some incarnations are meant to experience this hopelessness. But also, my dear, this is only one incarnation, the same essence may
Mm-hmm.
love itself purely in another.
Mm-hmm. I want to ask about that love again, Noah. Um, oh, I know my husband is with me. Hi, Bernadette. And hi, Bonnie. I know my husband is with me all the time. And I love connecting with him and everyone in the higher realms. I know I love myself. I know I accept myself. And I miss the physicality of being with another person. I mean, I share so much love, but I know that I would like to eventually be with another person, do things with another person. So I'm at a quandary. Is that person just not on my radar now, or I'm just needing to grow more, evolve more?
My dear, you mentioned how you love yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You, you. This, my dear, indicates to your human identity. Recall the past, my dear, when your human identity was softened, when you did not rely on I, me. You met the essence you recall as your husband.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
When one is seeking to fill a void, if you will, my dear, that void is the human identity. To love thyself What you are referencing, my dear, is loving your human identity. When one softens the human identity, my dear, the human love mirrors the love of essence of the human self. Thereby,
Oh,
my dear, love is natural. Love is pure. Love is eternal. Love is your essence, my dear.
it is.
When one truly loves them essence, they are loving themselves. And thereby, my dear, they are not seeking to fill any void, for the void belongs to the human identity. And only then, my dear, will the next one who is aligned with your true purpose and your journey as essence will appear.
Okay, I understand that. Okay. Oh my gosh. Noah, do you have some more wisdom to share?
Recognize, my dear, in order to soften the human identity, one must pause to reflect on where their question arises from. So, your human identity, my dear, recognizing that there is a pause within this transmission as the questions are not appearing rapidly enough, focuses once more on the human self. And hence the question originates from the human self's worry that there will be no words spoken. This, my dear, is vital as a teaching for you who has embarked upon the journey of providing a platform.
Mm-hmm.
When this journey, my dear, is truly aligned within your purpose as your essence creates it to be, my dear, you will no longer be providing these sessions through your human identity. And therefore, my dear, you will not be relying on questions from the listeners. You and I will be having a conversation, essence to essence. Is that clear, my dear?
That is clear. But I also, when I do this platform, I I don't want it to always be about me. I want others to be able to receive the messages also.
Notice, my dear, when you are offering the listeners the opportunity to ask a question, it comes across, my dear, as a demand, if you will, and then brings them discomfort, but they are uncertain what to ask. But if you continue, my dear, to converse essence to essence, you ignite a fire within them, if you will, for it is their essence who is listening, and there will be a multitude of questions following, my dear.
Okay. I'm not quite sure how to do that because I'm going to be reading their questions to you.
Listen within, my dear. Follow the intuition, my dear. For even as you read their questions, notice, my dear, if you are listening within, you recognize that you possess the answers to their questions. This is your essence, my dear. It is not the human identity. You may proceed with questions if there are, or you may
I know.
proceed with your own dialogue, my dear.
All right. A viewer would like to know, Bernadette, if her father, she's hoping her father will come through.
My dear, do you not sense the presence you recall as your father near? Do you not receive visuals, my dear, memories, insight? Are you not conversing directly to that essence, my dear? So I ask you, my dear, why are you not continuously developing your ability to connect with essence more frequently without the assistance of another in physical form?
Kelly, I think there was another question too. Mm, Um, oh, that's good, Bernadette. That's good. Um, Nico, another listener, Lynn, would like to get some input. Which of her gifts are best to work on currently?
My dear, if I may ask you, why do you refer to them as gifts? Recognize, my dear, it is not a gift. Each of you with an incarnation is an essence, my dear. The ability to connect with essence only occurs, my dear, essence to essence. So it is not a gift, a talent, a trait. Nor is it meant, my dear, to be focused on as an individual performance, if you will. Allow your question, my dear, to be, how may I best be of service to essence? How am I best aligned to my highest essence? And listen within to the intuition, my dear, to the guidance being continually provided by your higher essence to your human self, my dear. And you will recognize your path. You will understand the next steps, if you will. And you understand your purpose once more.
That was beautiful. That made so much sense. That was beautiful. Lynn, I know. Thank you. Thank you, Noah.
I thank you, my dear one.
You always open my eyes every time we meet. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I used to get up and say, what can I do today? How can I be of service today? I think I'm going to refocus on that too.
My dear, recognize when one is focusing through a question, one is expecting answers from outside.
Mm-hmm.
Recognize, my dear, you are not the one peering through the window. You are the entire house. So, with that said, my dear, continue to listen silently to intuition. Continue to soften the demand of the human identity
Boy, that
and,
sure seems
and
okay.
become the house once more, my dear.
Um, um, Noah, Mary would like to know in asking if her physical pain will be released soon.
My dear, are you prepared? Are you still harboring this discomfort? Are you still irritated, aggravated, upset? Are you still resonating with a lower frequency of the dense reality, which you call Earth? Notice, my dear, when one is suffering, it is due to their own suffering. They are not rising above the pain. They view it as impossible. They complain about the pain. They make it much more alive, my dear, than it truly is.
Wow.
This is where one is continuously engaged within their human identity and cannot rise above it. There is no pain as essence, my dear. And I ask you, do you not believe that your essence wishes for a healthy vessel? Do not be the anchor, my dear. Raise the anchor in order to raise above your pain by remembering your essence and connecting to it.
She is not resonating with suffering or complaining, Noah.
My dear, you are noticing the pain. You are speaking of the pain. You are believing the pain is real and thereby identifying you. By merely noticing the pain and acknowledging it, my dear, you are doing so as the human identity. The more you connect to your human self, my dear, the more you interact with your essence rather than your physical world, the less you will notice the pain, the less you will bring more life to the pain. For you will be vibrating, my dear, at a much higher vibrational frequency where there is no pain.
Wow. Wow. Thank you, Noah. Thank you.
And I, you, my dear.
You know, I love connecting with you. I always feel so honored when I'm in your presence and
Yeah,
receiving your love and your viewpoint.
the honor is ours, my dear.
Mm, mm, mm. Noah, would you like to discuss parallel universes?
Mhm. It is parallel realities, my dear.
Parallel
It is,
realities.
mhm. What is a universe, my dear? The universe is everywhere, my dear. For there is no sense of time. All essence overlaps. The same way, my dear, your incarnation was created offers the same possibility, my dear, that other incarnations are created simultaneously with yours. Various timelines, various realities. Even the timeline, my dear, which you are accustomed to believe is real,
Mm-hmm.
is fractured into multiple timelines, my dear. This is not perceivable by the human mind intentionally, my dear.
Mm-hmm.
For if you were aware of the circumstances, the struggles of another parallel reality, you would not be experiencing yours with such truth and integrity. If you recognize, my dear, that another version of you has awoken, if you will, has enlightened, if you will, you would not find the purpose to do so in your reality. Each one is offering their own distinct lives, my dear, their own distinct experiences, my dear, their
Yes.
own lessons, their own growth. As a collective, my dear, your highest essence rises. Your core being grows, my dear. But there is a possibility, my dear, to view through glimpses of these parallel realities when one interconnects with their highest essence with ease. And in order to do that, my dear, one must most certainly soften the human identity. Is that clear, my dear?
Explain, please, how to soften the human identity.
Do not allow it to dictate you, my dear. Do not believe you are the roles and the identity. Do not become irritated with others. Do not judge. Do not compare. Do not harbor ill feelings to those in the past who committed harm. If one views each incarnation as essence, experiencing the human journey as you are, there is no comparison, judgment, anger, hatred. It is acceptance, my dear. This is how one begins to soften the human identity.
Okay.
They do not allow others to affect them. They do not react. They do not place importance on financial gain and status in order to compare. They do not seek approval from others. They're not led by their stories and their memories and their roles. They merely recognize it was intentional in order to experience the human experience. None of it defines them.
That's incredible, Noah. That is, for me, that is incredible insight. Thank you so much. That was very powerful.
Indeed, my
Um, just as a reminder to my audience today that Noah is the collective of Niko, and Noah has not been human. He is Noah is a collective of three archangels.
my dear, you state that as if
Oh gosh.
it is a title to bestow, my dear. What you are failing to remember, my dear, is not who we are perceived through the lens of the physical realm.
Mm-hmm.
It is that your true essence, my dear, your original point, your original creation, your original pulse as essence, resides in the same pure field of infinite consciousness as we do, my dear. And if we all reside in the same realm, we are not different, my dear.
It seems like your evolution is a lot higher than mine.
And that is because you are viewing it through one lens of one incarnation, my dear. You are not recalling the wisdom that your essence has accrued over multiple lifetimes. Why are you so certain, my dear, that we possess more intellect than your essence, and you are the one who has experienced multiple lifetimes. What you perceive in awe as highly intelligent information is simply a reminder, my dear, of what you already recall as essence. We are not joining you today, my dear, to appear more intelligent, more profound, wiser. We are merely, humbly, lovingly reminding you of what your essence already knows. This is love and honor, my dear. You would not harm someone who is down. We are simply providing you your wisdom once more to allow yourself to rise above the human identity. Is that clear, my dear?
Yes, I'm understanding. I am. I know through taking the classes with Niko that my remembrance is returning.
Mm.
Um, any ways to help us to grow our remembrance of our true selves, of our true essence?
Do not attempt to intellectualize it with the human mind, my dear.
Okay.
Continue to remember by continue to connect.
Okay.
Continue to develop this form of communication, my dear. Continue to listen softly to your intuition. Continue to receive the visions and impressions within dream states and awakened state without attempting to analyze them, my dear. Start a journal, my dear, and be patient. Is that clear, my dear?
Yes. Yes. I do have a journal, and
Mm.
yeah.
Create a separate one, my dear,
All right.
merely stating what you received without analysis.
Oh.
And as your time progresses, my dear, refer to it on occasion, and in turn, you will be able to recognize a pattern occurring.
I like that idea. That's a great idea. Thank you, Noah.
And I thank you, my dear.
We can all use that and all do that to help grow ourselves and to remember for the and to look for the pattern. I never thought about that, to look for the pattern through the remembrance.
Indeed, my dear, and recognize that the pattern is being offered through your own highest essence, my dear. This is also you, my dear. It is not separate from your being.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yes.
Recognize, my dear, that speech, language, is created in your realm through the physical form.
Mm-hmm.
Without the physical form, my dear, language would be impossible. And thereby, my dear, imagery, memory, sensations, feeling are how we communicate. And if you journal what you receive, my dear, you will indeed notice the pattern of language through insight
Mm-hmm.
rather than through speech.
No, I'd like you to know that Heidi is sending you so much love. She watched you on another program a week ago and wanted you to know how you impacted her.
My dear, we offer you gratitude, my dear. But also notice essence to essence communication, my dear, serves as a mirror. What you feel, my dear, we sense. The love you exhibit is the love we offer in return. We are the same, my dear. So to love us is to love you. Love yourself, my dear. Offer the gratitude to yourself, for you were present to receive.
You're so insightful, Noah. You truly are.
My dear, the difference is that we are not consumed with human identity. Therefore, my dear, our vision is clear. Our insight is clear. Our remembrance is clear.
Mm-hmm.
And because each of you are essence, each possess the exact same ability of clarity. It is not if, my dear, it is when each of you returns to your own remembrance. When you realize clinging to the human identity only distorts the truth.
Yet we choose to come down here to deal with the human identity.
It is not a choice, my dear. It
It's
is an
not.
honor. It is
Oh,
an
no.
honor, my dear. My dear, no incarnation is without essence. No incarnation is without remembrance. Your intuition, my dear, that you perceive through the human intellect is your highest essence, directly communicating with you. It is not merely to absorb the human identity and honor it the entire incarnation. For if it was, my dear, one would incarnate already attached to the human identity. Notice how the toddler, the infant, the young
Mm-hmm.
adult still does not react to human identity, for it is still pure,
Yeah.
it is still essence.
Mm-hmm.
The purpose of the human identity, my dear, is indeed to experience the human incarnation, but it is not meant to be securely held for the entire journey. This is the confusion, my dear.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. Self-love. Um,
Indeed, my dear.
Kelly, did I get all the questions before I move on? Mm. No, I have a question for you, please.
Indeed, my
Um,
dear.
mm, some insight um, with interacting that someone that believes that they are always right.
In other words, my dear, what you are asking hmm, is how do you engage with one who is truly engulfed within their human identity? Notice, my dear, how this relationship is intentional for you, unknowingly to yourself, my dear, of witnessing one truly attached to their human identity. And as you are beginning to notice, this is going to assist you to soften your own, my dear.
Oh,
This is why this relationship is occurring precisely at this time in your journey, as you are seeking to understand how to soften the human identity. Another covenant, my dear, between essence to essence.
mhm. Mm.
This is how one views experiences through the lens of their highest essence.
It's interesting. Hmm. I feel like a blank slate today. Starting the second journal, starting to think um, when I will receive messages. I think that will help the audience, not only me, but the audience too, with that, and looking for the patterns.
My dear, notice
No.
how many of these platforms which are created in your realm.
Mhm.
Notice those patterns as well, my dear. Notice how so many listeners reach out in order to hear or make contact with the deceased loved ones. Notice how many question life after death. Notice how many continue to view incarnation as separation from essence. Notice, my dear, even those who are offering the platform most often revert to their ego and their human identity. Begin first, my dear, by noticing the patterns of those in your realm, which is why so many of these platforms mirror the other. You will also notice, my dear, through your own journal, through your own revelation, through the patterns being offered to your from your highest essence, my dear. You will be able, my dear, to gauge where your platform is heading, in which direction. For your platform, my dear, will be different than the rest. You will not be conducting it through the lens of your human form, through the same belief of separation. In time, my dear, you will be conducting this platform as your highest essence, where the human identity is truly softened. This is your purpose, my dear, why you created your platform. So to not only recognize the patterns you receive, but in a similar journal, my dear, jot the patterns you witness with the others in your realm. Is that clear, my dear?
Hmm. Yes, and I know that you have told me my platform will change,
Indeed, my dear.
and that change has to come from within me. What I'm remembering.
Indeed, my dear. It already has manifested itself in your reality. It
Yes.
is a matter of time for you to catch up to it, my dear.
The seeds have been planted.
Mm. It is already occurring as well, my dear,
Hmm.
in the future reality, which you are not privy to glimpse at this time.
Dang.
But, my
Oh,
dear, it is not that you are unable to view it, my dear.
Mm-hmm.
You are merely unable to view it through the lens of the human identity.
Oh, I see. I see. I see. Okay. Blow me away. Okay. No, God. Did I get everybody's questions answered and comments?
Indeed, my dear.
You
We
received
do.
so much love, Noah.
We offer even more love back. We offer our gratitude and our respect to all who are listening. We admire your courage. Incarnation is courage, my dear ones. Honor yourselves as we honor you. And my dear, truly grateful once more. Thank you, my dear one.
So much love for you, Noah. Thank you so much for once again gracing my channel.
It is an honor, my dear.
Okay, thank you. I also want to thank the audience members too for your questions and showing Noah love and being here. Being here. Mm, you're all welcome. Thank you, Noah. Are there any parting words or until we meet again? Well, we have Niko back now. Niko is coming back. Welcome back, Niko.
Thanks. Hi, everybody. Ooh, powerful, powerful journey.
Yeah, it was really extremely powerful. And my goodness, he gave us so much beautiful information to work with our remembrance and ourselves. And
Thank you, guys. That's
yeah,
good. It was a
that's
very
great.
powerful connection. They're always powerful connections. They
They
just get
are.
they just get more and more powerful.
I know. He's in so much insight. It's just beautiful. He kind of throws it back on us, though, for us to really look at ourselves and look at
You,
our essence and all
you
that.
know, there was a professor back in college who never made it easy, but he wasn't strict. If I would answer a question, he would answer me with a question. He'd make me think of my question.
Yeah. And
So people have been describing this about Noah as a collective. I think they do the same. Those are the best teachers because they make you think for yourself. They don't just give you the answer. So maybe that's
right.
what spirit guidance is about. Ask a question with the answer a question with the question. Make you think about it. I don't know. I really don't know. I could never speak on their behalf
Yeah.
because that's another entity. But this is how I perceive it, how I'm learning and I'm recognizing it. Hey, Christine, I'm recognizing it that way, you know. But I
Mm-hmm.
think that we if we're all spirit essence, that we all possess the same knowledge, don't we? We just forget it for this life.
According to Noah, yes, we do.
That's how I see it.
And he was mentioning that we're not necessarily less involved than the Heavenly Collective and your team. And that just kind of blew me away.
What do you mean?
Well, that we just don't have the remembrance, and we have the filter of having the human essence,
Yeah.
but we're still as evolved as the collective.
Well, yeah. I mean, we never left, right? You never leave the spirit realm as a soul. We didn't
Right.
detach and come here. The soul's not in our body. So if we're still there, and this is the realm where all spirit is, wouldn't we have the same exact intelligence?
Yeah, but we're tethered with our soul here for
It's,
a reason. For a
it
reason.
you don't come in with a full. It's not like, you know, it's like saying that a college graduate is going to go back to kindergarten or first grade. It makes no sense. It's pointless. You acquire the knowledge through living a life, but then there's a part of you, instead of going for graduate studies, you're given the diploma because that remembrance comes back. And then it's, you know, your PhD and everything else is continuing education without going to school because you already have that part.
Right.
You know, it's like you have a PhD, but you go into a physical incarnation to start from kindergarten again to start new lessons, but you don't ever lose a PhD. You don't ever lose a PhD. It just gets thicker and stronger and more intense with every incarnation. You see, I think we all have the ability to tap into it always. Well, we do. So many do it throughout their life when they're like, I don't know why I just knew that. I don't know how I knew that. Or wow, something just clicked inside of me. We're always in awe because the human brain can't deduce it. So it's always like, wow, miracle, wow, something, because you don't realize that we already have it. If we realize that, why would we have to have ego and a brain?
We wouldn't.
Right.
Right. Oh my God. I tell ya. Niko.
Look at that. We're right at the hour mark. How perfect, with perfect timing, right? How do they always know the hour? That's crazy.
Well,
it's fascinating. It's fascinating, right?
Yeah, I know.
That always blows me.
He knows when to bring you back.
Yeah. You
come back in. Yeah.
Bernadette wrote a question. I just saw it now. Have I channeled Source or Jesus? Yeah, I have definitely brought in Jesus a few times. You can't bring through the Creator. It's not possible. And even this team that comes through me now, even though they haven't been in physical form, they're not coming directly to me. I have other spirit team members who are acting as filters. So the easiest ones that a lot of mediums connect to are other essences, other spirits who have had physical form, because their structure through incarnations allows that essence to be familiar with human sensitivity, human receptivity, and understand the language. You know, whatever essence that never had an incarnation, like angels, archangels, the source, they can never come through purely. It's not possible. So you always have a buffer, if you will. So because Jesus had an incarnation, his essence can easily come through without a buffer or filter. Yeah, it's not that you feel God. It's interesting, Bernadette. I wrote about that. I'm writing that in my 4th book right now. We think it's God. I wrote about that in my 3rd book, actually. We perceive it's God through our own human intellect, but it's what they call the oversoul. The oversoul. It's this closest to that realm where God is, and is powerful because it's very bright and very powerful of energy. But that's still you. That's the perceiver. I mean, that's the oversoul. That's still you. That's the one that holds all the incarnations, every memory, every insight, every wisdom of every incarnation into the library of your soul, if you will. Like the Akashic records they talk about, it's not a place in the spirit realm. The Akashic records is your oversoul. It knows every single incarnation. You can't reach God because you as a human being could never reach that level. It's not possible. But what you're saying is that if God is not reachable, no human incarnation can reach source, nor do they have to, because your core source, your first creation of your essence, is at the realm of God. It came from the Creator. It's still that Creator. It doesn't leave that Creator. So you're always there. You're always there. You're always interacting with the Creator. That's why you don't have to do it as a human incarnation, nor is it going to help you. Even when Jesus said he spoke to God, Jesus was communicating with his oversoul and the perceiver, in his original soul. Get it? In other words, if all essences, if every single creation is in the Creator's pure, infinite, conscious space, which is vaster than anything you could ever possibly imagine, and we're all interconnected there, and we never, ever, ever, ever leave, why would God speak to a human? Get it? You're already in contact. You're always connected. You've never left. Because that's the structure of creation, of incarnations. And that's what I'm writing about. And that's my purpose here on earth, to remember all this and to write about it. Isn't that amazing? Not at all what I saw coming. I'll tell you that much. I'll tell you that much.
Oh gosh. Yeah. No, your life has not gone the way you expected at all.
But Bernadette, I grew up in a Greek Orthodox religion where they think mediumship is devil worshiping. Okay, so you grew up in these religions for a reason. That was also part of this incarnation that was already in place, right? My parents don't even speak to me anymore because they think I'm a devil worshiper. Never even bother to watch one session, but that's their prerogative, okay? That didn't happen out of chance. That was a soul agreement. So I asked for that to happen. Right. I asked to be born into religion because that was the furthest thing away from remembering my essence. Okay, so when you group around 4 religions, you say, and you don't know what to believe anymore, don't believe in religion. Because religion instills fear in order for the religious institutions to gain control. Forget about religion. Knock it out of the way. What do you feel in your heart? Listen to your heart. Listen to your intuition. Listen to yourself. That's your higher self reminding you and helping you remember. That's what this is. You know, if it's meant for you to awaken, thank you, Christine. I'm trying to remain human when I explain it, because I'm not human when I'm in it. That's for damn sure. If it's meant for you to awaken, you will. If it's not, the way I said to somebody just last week, I said, if it's meant for you to awaken, they asked, are you sure I'm going to awaken? If it's meant for you to remember through awakening, you will. If it's not, you won't. That's why not everybody's going through this awakening process. But the mere fact that you join these discussions and you're intrigued by it, that's your higher self reminding you, hey, come on, you're more than this. You're more than this.
Right.
Recognize this. The awareness in our mind is implanted from your higher self once that body incarnates. That's your intuition. Your intuition is not your logical brain. That's your awareness. That's the part that your higher self is in your brain. Your higher self is you. Essence, your essence in another form, another level, let's say, which kind of bleeds through the oversoul wisdom into human understanding, and it's also governing and overseeing and guiding your physical life, so you never get lost. That's why you have intuition. That's why you have this inner knowing, this gut feeling. That's why you always go back. Like, yeah, I'm not going to go that way. Just trust my gut. That's what you're doing. You're listening to your intuition. You're following the guidance of your higher self. So if we all have that as humans, notice how many people ignore their intuition and go with their intellect.
Noah, did you say our oversoul is in our brain? Did you say that?
Your higher self,
my higher self,
a portion of your higher self implants
awareness
into your brain.
The awareness. Yeah. Okay, got it.
That's how you're able to feel and sense spirit. The human brain can never do that. Your intellect can never do that. It's not possible. It's never possible.
See awareness. Okay.
Even your brain cannot create love. The sensation of love. It's not wired that way. Your awareness does. Your capacity as a soul does. Love doesn't even exist in this world. Love exists because we're all souls, and soul is love. It comes from a realm of love. Mm-hmm. You see?
I understand that. Yeah. Wow.
It's not painful. It's the truth. It's amazing. Awakening is amazing. You know what, Bernadette? I have a new insight on awakening. Okay. It's not that we awaken to the understanding there's a spirit realm and we're in a physical realm. I don't believe in that at all. At all. Okay. What I believe in is there's no heaven or hell. There's no spirit realm and earthly realm. there's no awakening that, oh, I'm not human, I'm a spirit. The awakening is within. Okay? Do you continue to ride the wave like a surfer of the human identity, or do you ride the wave as your spirit essence? That's awakening within. That's awakening. It's just that when our ancestors sensed something, they didn't have the language to put it into real terms. That's why they created heaven, hell. That's why they created God. That's why they created the devil. That's why they created all this, because that's what people were grasping. But as the species has evolved over thousands of years, we must also evolve the language and make it clearer.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Bernadette, you know what you need to do? You need to schedule a session with Noah and Niko. That's
They
what I
can
would
do that.
truly recommend that you do. I think I'm on my third or fourth class with Niko, and it is phenomenal.
Thank you.
What you learn about your essence and everything that you learn. So that would be what I'd recommend for you.
You could always book. Yeah. I'm sorry, go ahead.
What were you saying about your book?
I said they could always book through the website, NikoTheMedium.com.
Seriously.
Niko.
And
Absolutely.
I do not do this to get him booked. But with you, Bernadette, I really recommend you book with Niko. It will blow your mind to have a session with Noah, and to be surrounded in complete love is incredible. It's humbling. It's beautiful.
It is a great feeling.
Oh my gosh, nothing beats it. Not kidding.
Oh, thank you, Heidi. You saw Ethereal Encounters. Thank you. Nice. Boulder, Colorado. I've been there. Nice. Yeah, I've been. It's a very nice place. Clean city. You don't know if you like the questions that he has. you know.
Trust.
What's funny is that I've had people book sessions, and they came with pages and pages of questions, and like the first 20 minutes, Spirit spoke to them first and answered mostly all their questions.
Yes.
Right? Isn't that amazing? And they tell me that afterwards. They just laugh. How do they know? How did they know? I had a session today that somebody said that they were speaking to Noah wherever they live prior to the book session that they had with me. I just said hello, got into trance, and they said before anything happened, Noah already answered what they were saying at their home. I mean, how cool is that? You know, it blew my mind at the end, but I trust it. So yeah, Spirit is everywhere. They hear everything. They know what to say. And she said, I can't believe it. I didn't ask a question. I said hello, and then Noah came through and answered everything I was asking him in the privacy of my home. Isn't that amazing?
Niko, I have to tell you, I forgot to tell you that I felt a time when Noah had come to me too and offered me guidance.
There you go.
Yeah, and I thought, whoa, yeah.
See that? And that definitely happens. Once they make the connection, I guess, the way I used to think that once they make the connection through us, they're going to continue to come to you. But that's not even it, because you and I, it's not a random meeting. We agreed to meet. Even everybody right now that joined, they all agreed to be here at this time on this show. Yep. So it's never random. It's never random. That's the cool thing about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Heidi, you were a beautiful light. Thank you for joining us. All right, my friend. I think we're going to have to wrap it up. Please notice if you're looking at the banner, you can contact Niko at NikoTheMedium.com. And
there's even a free 30-minute consultation. If you just want to like ask questions, you don't know where you're going, just book that. You know, book that.
Anything you did stuck. That.
Oh, I always offer.
I'll offer you. I'm going to have a consultation with you.
Yeah, I know you already.
I know. I'm teasing you.
There's free things. It shows it on the website. You know, there's a weekly circle. Wednesdays trance development, Thursdays evidential development. If you go on the website, you just click the button at the time. That takes you right to the Zoom room live. I've been working on my website a lot. You know, we have a 30-minute free consultation whenever you want. If you're uncertain what your path is or what you should do next, I'll help you talk to you about that, And then every Sunday, I have an open talk for an hour at noon Eastern Standard Time. We talk about whatever you want to talk about and kind of blow your mind a little bit. And we talk about that. It's fun. Every Sunday, open talk. Find that all on the website or all on Niko Medium Facebook page. How's that, Karen?
So you can tune in tomorrow.
You could tune in tomorrow. Absolutely.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you, Karen. It's always fun.
It was a little different today for me. So yeah.
Good.
I want to go back and watch this. I have to go back and watch class. I have to go back and watch this. Yeah, this is pretty good. Thanks. Thank you, Noah.
Awesome.
Oh, thank you, Niko. Why do they have to sound so much the same? God.
What is that? Coinkydinks? Coincidences, you ask. Coinkydinks. Got it. No, there is no coincidences. None. Everything is intentional.
This is true.
Thank you, Heidi. Cool. Hola. All right. Thanks. It was fun.
Thanks.
Take care, everybody. Thanks for joining.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye-bye.